Good morning, I am Adam Harris, and this is The Day Ahead.
Go ahead and click subscribe below to receive daily market analysis videos and important alerts. On the economic calendar for today, we have New Zealand employment data out at 9:45 p.m. tonight and a strong US dollar pushing higher against the major currencies. In the commodities, both the metals and oils will spend today deciding which way to finish the week, and in the global indices and equities on the move, the markets are now united in their steady bullish trends, offering potential opportunities for swing and day traders alike. You can jump to any chapter by clicking on the time link in the description below. Having a look at the US dollar index first, it's so close towards 96, heading towards that, just highlighting that there is now a swing low and a higher low. If we break this previous high, if we head through 96, we'll then see ourselves in a longer term move back up to 97. Not there yet, but certainly makes sense for it to continue up towards 96 for the rest of the day. And what that implies for euro dollar is that it's sensible, makes sense, even though we're at a level of support and resistance here, for price to head a little bit lower throughout the day. How it will finish out by the end of the day is not really clear at this point in time. Cable now falling through 1.3 level, so no trade setups completely invalidated. However, if it does end up back over the line by this evening, I'll have a look at it potentially this evening for a swing entry low to continue, but nothing setting up there is actually completely invalidated. Euro Kiwi just set up a very large seller's candle and ultimately a bullish candle, so finding some support there and not really attracting any actual entry opportunities on that to go any lower. Momentum indicators are still bearish, but just no actual entry opportunities. Pound yen now coming back down to the support level. We've got a lower high. If we break this low, we'll start to go back into a downtrend on a weekly basis, and so just monitoring that trade. And then also here on Kiwi yen, we've continued to move up. We're now starting a healthy retracement, that one hitting its one-to-one target, coming back, potentially looking to see if we find support here or a bullish candle here to see if there's a worthwhile entry opportunity to continue onwards. Aussie dollar actually weakening overnight. At this point, I'm still anticipating it in the future to hit back over this line, and it's not tradable at the moment. And then finally, with pound Aussie and Aussie Kiwi on my watch list, pound Aussie having fallen through that support level and then back over that level just implies that there is indeed some support holding at this level. It's just very choppy and not really necessarily that tradable, so I'll keep an eye on it, but not expecting any entry opportunities anytime soon. Aussie Kiwi has now broken through this support level, heading lower. What I'm looking for is any retracements back up to test this level for resistance. I've got this on a 2-hour time frame, looking for bearish candles and a swing high entry to enter this to the downside as it finds resistance. In the commodities on the move, taking a look at gold, so got that bullish candle here and a potential break above the high. I'd really preferred for it to come back and test this level, a recent level of resistance and support closer to 1300 and just below that. We might find that the mets will find some support and continues onwards from here, so that is a possibility, but I think a deeper retracement is also a likely opportunity, or a likely potential opportunity there. To head low, also got silver potentially coming back down to test this level, so no real set of bullish candle here, a little bit of an indecision candle, price hitting lower, likely to come back a little bit further down to 1575 and test this level of resistance for support. Now palladium has got some strong resistance as it heads up towards 1400. At the moment it's heading up to the next level here, which is towards 1360, likely to see it attempt to do that today and continue a little bit higher before doing a bit of a deeper retracement, just managing to maintain that uptrend. Looking at crude oil is indeed struggling with this level of resistance, so we'll keep an eye on that, waiting really for it to break above and find support above the 8.2545 level, and then find support from this point onwards and head up a little bit higher. And actually the same thing with gas oil, so really here looking to find support. We've had nothing yet, so I'm looking for a bullish candle on this level of support that was resistance and looking for a swing entry long here. Nothing as of this morning, so I will check it again tomorrow morning. On the global indices, they continue to maintain their nice bullish moves to the upside, just heading up towards key resistance levels. See how they perform. They're really looking the same very much on the daily as well as the lower time frames. So expecting and anticipating some nice pullbacks and potential entry opportunities as we continue upwards. Going from the US, so having a look at, say, Wall Street looking nice and bullish, Tech 100 also continuing up as it heads towards its next resistance and support levels as well. So we'll see how it ultimately reacts. to that. UK, all of them pretty much across the board having a very strong day yesterday, and you can see here, for example, the UK 100 heading up into resistance as to where it is at the moment, and also DAX. This one, the Germany 30, really like the look of this. In terms of that on a weekly basis, this has now ultimately produced a nice bullish candle, and so starting to negate that potential setup to continue down. That's really good. That was the one I was waiting for, just for that last bit of bullishness to show itself in that, because of that of the area where it was. We've got Hong Kong potentially pulling back down into a nice little area here for a swing entry long. So all of them overall looking nice and healthy is actually the best description that I would apply here. And overall looking for continued entry opportunities. At some point we're going to hit resistance levels and need a deeper retracement, but the market's behaving somewhat, which they haven't done for a long time, so expecting that bullishness to continue for the near future. And finally for today, having a look at the equities in focus. So really, because we're overall really looking nice and bullish and the behavior is quite orderly, I'm quite happy to start looking for entry opportunities, swing opportunities to the upside in the shorter term. Facebook here having gapped up, looking nice and bullish. So any pullbacks to those moving averages, nice natural ones, those will be quite appealing. Same thing again here with Amazon, Apple, sorry, I beg your pardon, and Amazon as well. So a lot of these looking nice. I want to have a look at and see ultimately Amazon's going to have to break out of its consolidation, and when it does, it's going to move. There's no doubt about that. It's not going to let the rest of the other larger ones move ahead of it and not catch up. Netflix continuing to move up nice and steadily. So basically it's the steady, orderly behavior that's looking quite nice and appealing. And the ones that usually have been on my downtrending ones, I've now obviously halted looking at those from a bearish perspective, because they've had quite a strong retracement over 2018 correction in terms of a monthly time frame, and are now looking bullish. And I actually missed this entry. I'm a bit ashamed to say. There we go. EasyJet having broken through resistance, come back, retested it on the daily and looking nice and bullish, and I actually missed that swing entry long. But just highlighting that the point is that even the ones that were more historically bearish on the list are now starting to trend to the upside and looking quite nice and bullish. Certainly on the daily time frames, it's not to say that in the bigger picture over Q3 or Q4 we might have them head lower, but certainly for Q1 they look as though they're very keen to attempt to join the rest of the bulls and head higher. So on that note, ladies and gents, I want to wish you a fantastic day. If it's trending, I'll be there.
Just a reminder to hit the subscribe button. If you want to stay abreast of what's happening in the market, I'll be producing and bringing you the latest in the markets every morning in a freshly produced video.